and welcome to Health Beat. Now, we all know that making important lifestyle changes can be difficult. I mean, who hasn't struggled to stick to a New Year's resolution? But why is it so tough to make a meaningful change? Here to help me answer that is well-being coach and best-selling author Gudrun Nair. Gudrun, thanks for coming on the show.
Happy to be here.
So, how can we succeed in making lifestyle changes which actually last?
Well, I think the most important thing is to be realistic about what you're trying to achieve. All too often we set ourselves vague or unmanageable goals and fail as a result. Let me give you an example. Say your goal is to lose weight. What does this actually mean? How much weight are you trying to lose? When do you want to lose it by? Why are you trying to lose it? Vague goals like this can actually be pretty demotivating.
So what's the alternative?
How about something like, I'm going to lose 3 kilos in 4 weeks. This is a challenging but realistic goal, and it has a clear time frame.
Okay, so what else?
2 words. Start slowly. Massive lifestyle changes don't happen overnight. You've got to build up to them.
Can you give us an example?
Okay, let's say you want to introduce some physical exercise into your routine. If you try to do too much at once, it can all feel a bit overwhelming, and this is when people give up. Allocate a particular time of day to exercise and set a time limit, say 10 minutes every morning before work. You'll soon find that it becomes part of your daily routine. After a while, you won't even think about it. Then you can move on to your next fitness goal using the same method.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So what about making a list of your goals? Is that actually helpful?
It can be, but not the way most people do it. We tend to just write a huge list of everything we want, then forget about it. The lists I work on with my clients are a little different.
How so?
Well, first, I ask people to write down their motivation for each goal, why they actually want to make the change.
So why it's important to them?
Right. Next, they make a list of any obstacles they might face, anything that would stop them from making progress.
Okay.
And finally, they make a plan of action, what steps they will need to take in order to actually achieve their goal. It's much more than just a list. It helps people focus their ideas.
Okay, I see how that could work.
Something else which I always say to my clients is, you don't have to do this on your own. A lot of people don't want to talk about their resolutions, as it kind of highlights all of their failings, their flaws. If we tell our friends that we want to lose weight, for example, it draws attention to the fact that we might be overweight, right?
True. It can be pretty difficult to talk about your problems, especially with people you know.
Exactly. But you'll find that if you're honest with your friends or family about what you're trying to achieve, you'll actually get a really positive reaction.
So what's the best way to get started?
Well, why not use social media to your advantage? Share your resolution on Facebook and you'll have hundreds of people to support and encourage you. Committing to the goal in such a public way means there'll be a lot of people waiting to see whether you succeed, and believe me, that really helps with motivation.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's nice to hear about a positive use of social media for a change.
Well, social media has actually helped my clients in a lot of ways. For example, I was recently working with someone who had a really poor work-life balance. He rarely got home before 8 o'clock in the evening, and by that point, both of his children were in bed. He felt like he never got to see them or his wife. So, to encourage himself to leave work on time, he started posting the exact time he arrived home each day and how much time this allowed him to spend with his family. That way he could track his progress online.
And did he achieve his goal?
He certainly did. He now leaves on time every day and can help put the kids to bed.
Glad to hear it. So, have you got any final words of advice?
If nothing else, I think it's important to understand that you have to work hard to make meaningful lifestyle changes.
Good, Renae. Thank you for talking to us. Next on the show, we